Yo, what is up, guys? Also news meteorological service here, and today we have update 1 on Hurricane Irma. As of 16:30 UTC on the 3rd of September 2017, the storm's location currently is at 17.7 degrees north, 48.4 degrees west, with winds of 115 miles per hour, making it a Category 3 on the Saffir-Simpson scale. The pressure on 969 millibars, movement west-southwest at 14 miles an hour. So the summary on this storm at the moment is Hurricane Irma is a rapidly developing storm. The latest advisory from the National Hurricane Center stated that the storm could become a Category 4 hurricane on the Saffir-Simpson scale, and also interest in the Leeward and Windward Islands should monitor progress of the storm. And you can also see just down there to the southeast of Irma there is another disturbance developing, which could become something, although its chances in the next 5 days have slightly diminished since the earlier advisories. And that we are looking possibly at Irma now to become a Category 4 hurricane, possibly even within the next 24 to 48 hours. So interests around the Caribbean should really be monitoring progress of this storm, as it's expected to pass north, however, of the Caribbean area, and possibly actually taken a slightly similar course to its predecessor storm Hurricane Irene, because Irma this year has replaced Irene. So it's something to possibly watch out for. There's a few coincidences there, but as a lot of people say, no two storms are the same. So we now go on to look on to the satellite images. So as you guys can see there, you got in the top left the visible imagery, and you can just see there in the last sort of few frames, you can see there's some sort of eye feature in there, I do believe. And if you look down to your bottom left as well, there is the water vapor imagery. You can see a lot of dry air around the system, which is impeding it slightly, but there is a lot of more moisture in the air off towards its west side. And looking up to the top right of the rainbow imagery, you guys can see there that there is some sort of eye trying to crop out there in the last few frames, and that's the same with the Dvorak imagery, although the eye feature has been fluctuating somewhat in the last sort of mid to last frames, but then something does start to pop out again in the last few frames. The next advisory to come in from the National Hurricane Center, we are expecting around about 2100 tonight, unless they issue a special advisory at 1800, but at this time is unlikely as it is no threat to land. Well, no direct threat to land in the next sort of 48 to 120 hours. But it's still areas around the Leeward and Windward Islands should monitor progress of this storm. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to get the forecast track for the storm at the present time. However, I can summarise it for you guys, which is that the storm is expected to become a Category 4 hurricane on the Saffir-Simpson scale, forecasted by the National Hurricane Center, and also that they are expecting the storm to make a close approach to the areas around the Windward Islands, and also towards the Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico, and also possibly passing just north of Cuba and passing through the Bahamas, possibly even as a major hurricane still, maybe even as Category 4 hurricane, which is some of the same areas that Hurricane Matthew affected last year as a Category 4 hurricane. But at the present time, the storm's forecast is to top out with winds of 140 miles per hour. I do believe now will make it, if it does do it, will make it the second Category 4 hurricane this year, the previous one of which being Hurricane Harvey, and it's something that we should watch out for, and interests that lie within the areas around Leeward and Windward Islands should monitor progress of the storm. But anyways, that's all from me now. Thank you guys for watching. This is the Ultra News Meteorological Service, signing off.